have officially made it to London.
It's Adrienne, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm doing a really fun thing. I'm showing you guys what a day in my life is like in London. Now, if you guys have been following any of my social media the past month, you would know that I just spent pretty much the majority of August in the UK, living in London, and it was so much fun. I want to go back. I was so sad to leave. So anyway, I'm going to be showing you guys kind of what a day in my life in London was like. This is the second video in my series working with COVERGIRL. So thank you so much, COVERGIRL, for sponsoring this video and allowing me to be a part of the COVERGIRL crew for 2016. If you guys are interested in seeing a behind the scenes of literally every day in my life in London, then go ahead and check out my vlog channel. It'll be linked down below. So some of you are probably wondering why I even went to London and what allowed me to do that. To be honest, I was a little scared to go to Europe after all of the tragedies that have happened in the world. I'm someone who gets overly paranoid about stuff like that, and sometimes it's to the point where it's unhealthy. However, I know how much I love traveling, and it took me a long time to realize that I can't just stop my life because of the tragedies that are happening. In fact, if anything, it's more of a reason to believe that life is short and you should go seize the day while you can. I believe that things happen for a reason, and these opportunities were presented to me and I had to take them. So long story short, I faced my fears by hopping on a plane and jetting off to London, where I had the most incredible 3 weeks of my life. So before I went on the trip, I decided to go through the COVERGIRL Beauty You app to kind of decide like what products I wanted to bring, what makeup looks I wanted to go for, because obviously my packing space was limited and I only wanted to bring certain things. So this app is super cool because you can actually try on makeup looks onto your actual face, and once you like one, it'll tell you what products that you should be using, and it's as easy as that. It's really cool. It shows you all these different looks, a lot of tutorials, and it has so much. So basically I picked out my favorite makeup items and I was ready to go. So I went to London with Shelby Church at first, and then Monica Church ended up joining us. So it was so much fun having a friend there. Basically, Shelby rented out an Airbnb for us to stay in, and so we really got the local experience by living in an apartment rather than a hotel. I absolutely loved our Airbnb. It was in a really cute and quaint area called Fulham. There's a bunch of fun nightlife, cool pubs, awesome shops, and I loved it there. So because this was kind of a business and pleasure trip, our day-to-day would vary, but for the most part, this is what I would do. First thing in the morning, I would wake up, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me so long to adjust to the time zone.
I'm struggling right now a little bit. I feel like I've been up for like 24 hours.
I was jet lagged for like a week straight. That being said, I would usually wake up around 10 a.m. and the first thing I would do is get coffee. My go-to coffee shops in London were both Starbucks and this other place called Cafe Nero. Starbucks is obviously a classic, although they do make the drinks fairly differently.
I got a caramel macchiato, which they don't make real ventis here, which is probably a lot healthier.
I also really liked Cafe Nero, and I felt even more like a local when I got a punch card. It really made me feel at home. Next, after getting coffee, it is time to make breakfast. Because I was here for 3 weeks, I really tried to save money and get groceries, so I would make avocado toast most days for breakfast. So after breakfast, Shelby and I would typically spend anywhere from 2 to 6 hours editing and working on video stuff. The next thing I would do on a normal day is just get ready for the day. So if you guys noticed from my Instagram pics, I basically wore the same thing like every day in London because it helped me pack light. So for the majority of the trip, I stuck to a very natural makeup look, which was really nice because I could also bring those essential products in my purse to bring them around in case I needed to do any touch-up, especially the powder, because I sweat so much when I'm like walking around. I'm sweating right now. The main products I used were a blush, a powder, and a lip, and that's pretty much all I did. I wore eyelash extensions so that I didn't have to deal with mascara, and it gave me a very natural but cute look. So the COVERGIRL Clean Normal Skin Pressed Powder is what I used for the base of my face, and then the True Blend Blush was also a favorite of mine. This just gave me a little bit of color so I didn't look too washed out, but also had a very natural look on my skin. And of course, I couldn't go anywhere without my Katy Kat matte lipsticks that I'm obsessed with. These are so nice because they're matte, but they're not super dry, and they feel great, and they last a long time during the day. So I would just throw these in my purse so that anywhere I was out and about in London, I could easily grab them for a quick touch-up. My favorite colors of the trip were the magenta minx and the Sphinx. So after I got ready, it was time to sightsee. We saw so many incredible things in London, like Big Ben, the London Eye. We did a lot of biking, we did a lot of shopping. Oxford Street was a great fun place where we took lots of pictures, and we went to this really cool outdoor area to watch the Olympics one day too. Although I had been to London before, we tried to make it a point to see something new every day, whether it was in our own area area, or if we had to get on the tube and go somewhere farther. I am so jealous of people that live in areas that have a good public transportation system because LA, it is so hard to get around everywhere, and in London, it was so nice to just hop on the tube and you could just sit there and relax and end up anywhere in the city. At first, taking the tube is a little bit hard, but once you get the hang of it, pretty easy. So typically after sightseeing, I would go to a local pub to get some dinner and maybe a drink or two. After dinner, sometimes we'd go walk over to our friend's house and see them. I had so many amazing experiences with my friends from London. They are so awesome. And then after seeing them, I would just go home and go to bed. So that is kind of a typical day in my life in London. We obviously did different things every day, but that was for the most part kind of my routine for the day. I had so much fun on this trip and I just truly can't wait for my next adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed my day in the life, and if you guys liked any of the CoverGirl products I was featuring, I will link them down below. And that is it for this video. I will see you guys next time. Love you so much. Bye!